Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bonjour, bonjour, bonsoir. I see Bertrand in the call, so great to have you. And all of you, my name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. This is our League of Extraordinaries, a signature global chamber event that allows primarily business service providers to connect up with each other around the world, typically to become business referral partners when it makes sense. You know, if some percentage of the folks here in the room will be interested in what you're doing to this extent where they can help and support you connecting with other people, all the better. That's what we're all about, is connecting within a trusted network. All of the people here are members of Global Chamber, so that aspect of the vetting has been completed. You always need to be careful with anyone that you're doing business with, but if they are members of Global Chamber, you can be pretty sure that they have been thoroughly vetted, and your care level needs to be certainly always on, but not as high as normally. So thank you for joining. Today's purpose is to connect. And so the setup typically is a few minutes of explaining. When I say few, I mean literally 3 or 4, no more than that, where you're explaining primarily who you like to meet with, who are your best next introductions to be able to grow your business. So that's the focus of today. And of course, if you have some other needs or other things that you'd like to communicate, it's always welcome. Our focus, though, is who you want to meet. We have typically Cesar in the room, and he is in the room, so he'll be in the background. Cesar, would you like to make any opening comment about the things you'll be doing in the background?
Yes, thank you.
Hold on, Bertrand. Sorry, I mispronounced. I was meaning Cesar Trabanco.
Hi, Doug. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Yeah, no, normally we're taking notes. We're actually using AI to help us with this, and the good news is that this is gonna be a test meeting for the implementation with HubSpot and what we're doing with the new CRM. So yeah, we're gonna be taking notes, making some connections either today or afterwards. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out.
Fantastic. That's great. One of the things I've noticed, and I haven't mentioned it, Cesar, is that I've noticed that these meetings the last couple months have skewed very male, and that's very weird. It used to be very diverse gender-wise, and so I don't know why that's the case. And so I think going forward, we probably need to figure what's going on there. If anybody has a thought, I just don't know why that's the case, but it's a pretty consistent pattern, and it's not a good pattern because our members are very diverse in terms of their gender. I encourage, by the way, all of you to put your information in the chat area and have your full name, and feel free to also put your company name where it's appropriate. I see a K Johnson, for instance, and so a more full description of who you are would be great. But the rest of you look like you're right on it, and certainly feel free to add your company if you choose. Bertram Durand, let's start with you. I believe you are, is it in Paris or in Belgium? I don't remember, but I think Paris, right?
So we are in Paris. I joined the Global Chamber because I'm part of the NX Group, NX Search Group, who is a worldwide executive search network. So I was a founder of NX about 40 years ago, and it grew a lot since that time. And it was supposed to be only a European network, and it grew up now to worldwide. We are in 70 countries with individual partner. We are looking out for companies that would like to do cross-border recruiting or executive search, talent search. That's why we joined the Global Chamber. Well, we're an executive and a training organization in France. And we have concerning our activity, we have brands with special experts in well-being, in managerial coaching, and of course in recruitment. So we were created in Paris in 1966. That's the first presentation, and I'm ready to answer, of course, any question you could have.
Sounds great, Bertrand. Who do you typically target as clients?
Well,
where are they located also?
Essentially, HR directions and president or general manager who have problems with personnel management. So essentially, we export directors also who wants to recruit outside their own country, people that want to be helped to go out and export in other country, of course, and have to build up a group of people capable of working on a international way.
Okay, where are the companies located, and what size and what types of market segments do you typically target?
Well, we're searching for all sorts of management function, selling function, engineering functions. So we work essentially with companies, middle-sized company, because often we have some companies working with we're working with some public government also in France, requesting for special talent, for example. But the very, very big companies have often an international partner, an American partner, executive search company, and we feel that it's better for us to look for middle size, 2,000, 3,000 people, but that's my answer.
Okay, very good. They're typically in France.
In France or in any other country who wants to recruit in France.
Very good. And what's kind of cool, not kind of, it's amazingly cool, is that the network NX is in over 70 countries. And so
yes,
thank you, Bertram, not only for the work that you're doing now, but in helping to found such an amazingly powerful network.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Please put your information in the chat area, and then we'll continue to move around the room. Let's go to Keith Johnson, because he epitomizes a lot of why this event, this meeting happens, and that is people who are living in one place and they're doing business largely in another place. And so it's important for them to be connected across. Keith, I think we connected probably at a Global Chamber Phoenix event or somehow on the Phoenix side. You're based in Florida. Could you let us know who you would like to meet and how we can help?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. As Doug said, I'm Keith Johnson. I work for Pure Flow, which is a water purification company, and we've been in business about 40 years. And we service so if you kind of think of, a lot of people ask me, well, what does that mean? So if you think of Dasani or Aquafina or the farm, so we service the pharmaceutical, the beverage, the microelectronics industry, and the power industry. And we have 7 offices. Now this is a stateside company. So we have 7 offices that are on the East Coast, and then Texas and Arizona. So I kind of go between Florida and Arizona, as well as Texas, but mainly Florida and Arizona, to to develop relationships in companies that need our water services. So I appreciate you all letting me join. So thank you and good morning again.
So it would be industrial clients that have a high water purity requirement.
That is correct.
You sell them the equipment, or what is it that you're
So it's a two-part. It's a two-part. We're a manufacturing company as well. So our manufacturing office is in North Carolina, but about 65% of our business is service. So typically people will hire us to maintain their equipment and then purchase our purchase our equipment. So that is just a little bit, there's only about three vendors in this niche market. And we kind of approach the market a little differently. We approach it from a service aspect first. So it's just hey, it's been great to raise kids in. So I encourage anybody who decides they would like a career, this is a good career to be in.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Just because we have a good crowd, and we do want to finish up by the top of the hour. If you do have a question, please raise your hand, and I'll do my best to call on you. Otherwise, feel free to put your comments in the chat area. And also, I'm open to having you interrupt as well with a question. But I do want to make sure that we continue to flow down the path here. Let's shift now. Thank you, Keith, to Bob Inofe. Thank you. You're a new global advisor for Global Chamber. You've got particular expertise. And if I remember correctly, you're based in the Midwest. So, no, you're in Canada. That's right. Outside of Toronto. So thank you for your global experience, and thank you for joining Global Chamber. Who would you like to meet, Bob, and how can we help?
First of all, thank you so much, Doug, for the opportunity to be here. I really appreciate it. Just on a lighter note, it's a very sensitive time to kind of conflate Canada and the US for apparent reasons, but I'm very thankful to be here. So you've mentioned correctly my expertise. My expertise is corporate compliance, international trade, governance, strategic development. I advise companies specifically on compliance, international trade, documentary credit, credit, HS code compliance, anti-corruption compliance, anti-fraud. Currently, I'm new in Canada. During the period, I've tried to integrate myself into the ecosystem. I'm currently, exploring the area of inclusive entrepreneurship. I sit on different boards, and I'm on one or two strategic progress committees of chambers of commerce. And I'm very thrilled to be a part of Global Chamber as a global advisor. Currently, I'm looking on how to really put my footprint in the international trade and entrepreneurship space. And so this entails me, meeting with business leaders, rubbing with like minds, individuals interested in either exporting into developing country regions like Brazil, like Africa, and also, importing to Canada. During my time in Canada, I've immersed myself in the international business space. So I do know one or two things about the ecosystem. Thank you very much, Doc. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, welcome. I think you're based near the Toronto metro, I believe.
Yes. So it's actually funny because I am actually in Toronto, but maybe about 20 minutes by car from the GTA. So it's a place called North York, but it's in Toronto. It's in the Toronto metropolitan area.
Sounds good. Where do you find, from your background, where is your greatest expertise? Which areas of business?
I think it's basically compliance, international trade. All right, market penetration, optimization of business development, for entrepreneurs, inclusive entrepreneurship, and for companies also advise in areas of governance. But it's really how the nexus of law and international business. How law can act as a facilitator for international business, optimizing the strategies of companies that intent of exploring new markets.
Very good. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Let's continue to go around the room. And Andrew Wallace is one of a dynamic team that is taking on Global Chamber Scotland. Thank you, Andrew, for joining and also for joining today. Who would you like to meet and what would you like to share?
Yeah, so at Linksys, we have 4 areas of focus. We have pulled together a deep set of C-suite executives across all sectors. So we're sector agnostic, and those directors are looking at advisory, NED, or fractional work. And that often leads into business consulting, which is our other area where we have a few niches across the group, anything from restructuring for exit to digital transformation, improving processes and businesses. But I suppose the third area is market expansion, which really was one of the main reasons we approached the Global Chamber, now get ingrained with them to support, as Doug said, with Scotland. But we're helping businesses with go-to-market into various territories. I have a lot of experience in the construction sector. My co-founder has been across electronics, life sciences, et cetera, and we're helping businesses get into India, Middle East, Africa, and India, as well as the UK. So it can go either way. We're helping a number of software companies and also just actually helping a company in America do market research for sort of bringing their product into the UK as an example. So looking at regulatory requirements for that, and also connecting them to tool manufacturers and potential partners. So we're really, if you can see behind me here, we connect expertise and deliver growth. Another area which has been very fruitful through the Global Chamber is finding partners that we can introduce to businesses that we're supporting from funding and investment. So that anybody in that sort of that field as well would be welcome.
Very good. Thank you, and thank you for being so succinct.
No problem. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions, either for Andrew or any of the folks that have spoken so far? I'll just kind of open it up since we seem to be on a good track here. Anybody else do business in Scotland?
Are you based in Scotland, Andrew?
I'm based in Scotland, yeah, but we do get out of Scotland now and again, so into the UK and lived in London for 10 years, but yeah, just outside Edinburgh, Stephen, yeah.
That's amazing. I hope so. Edinburgh's probably one of my favourite places ever. Beautiful place. Well, you've done well to escape London. It's much nicer.
Yeah. It made me slow my accent down, so hopefully you can hear me all right.
No, you're doing a good job, mate.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, you sound very familiar to me anyway. Southeast London, I was. You sound.
That's exactly where I'm from.
You sound like that.
Well, if you're from America, you probably think it sounds Australian, but for you, yeah. But,
yeah,
Southeast.
Nice to meet you anyway, Stephen.
Lovely to meet you, Andrew.
Cheers.
I love that, being able to find the specific area of London where Stephen you're from. That's awesome. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Stephen, would you like to go next? We actually have the Global Chamber London meetup, the monthly meetup, starting in about I think it's an hour and a half, right? So
yeah,
8 a.m.
I believe. Yeah, it's not too far. But
so
yeah.
You're based there. So let us know more.
Yeah, of course. So I'm based in London at the moment. However, I'm going to be moving to Manhattan in about 2 weeks' time. So
Amazing.
lots and lots of changes. So yeah, got the apartment. I'm ready to move. So yeah, it's happening. Reason why I'm moving out there. So my company Equals Money. So we've been around for 20 years ago, just over 20 years now. And what we do is that we help businesses streamline their expenses. So we move them away from like their legacy expense systems like credit cards, claim forms, pay cash, and we give them a multi-currency prepaid MasterCard. And we also help them move money internationally, so both receiving funds in, but also sending out via multi-currency IBAN. And we launched in the US in September, which is going to be really exciting for us. You know, we can issue cards in the EU, UK, and then soon the US, and I can help anyone with payments, and there's no restrictions there. The type of people I'm really looking to connect with are the people in the advisory space. So people who speak to businesses on a day-to-day, and they're looking for some form of solution, especially for those businesses that are going, who are effectively, wanting to move internationally. Our product works well because it's a multi-currency card. So you can just load in the currency you desire, and then you can spend without getting fleeced. And of course, the payments goes in hand with that. I'm also looking, so for partners, but also direct clients as well that can utilize our services. I work with a broad range of businesses from, a couple employees to, 10,000 plus. So again, we can scale up and help pretty much everyone and anyone. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Looking forward to welcoming you in New York. What is your arrival date, and when do you think you'll be feet on the ground?
So I actually have a date of the 7th of September.
Okay.
So yeah, the most difficult part is actually trying to pack all my wife's stuff up because it's actually kind of overwhelming how much we've got to get through. But I'm getting there slowly but surely. But yeah, we're moving pretty much September onwards. We've got a place. We're ready.
Okay. And no pets or children?
No, thankfully, so it should be quite an easy switch. It's just she just has a ton of clothes, like an ungodly amount. I could do it in a couple of suitcases, I'll be fine. But I'm looking at freight shipping and everything, and just for her stuff. But yeah, we'll get there. That's a problem. That's a problem for another day.
Fantastic. Thank you. Congratulations, and see you soon on the other side.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Chet Seto has an extraordinary business with large parts of it, both in Washington, D.C. area and also in Southern California. Really appreciate, Chet, your business and the way you're shifting the business. Could you let us know who these days you're targeting and how else we can help? Are you there?
Good morning, Doug. Thank you for allowing me to join this session again. Good morning, everybody. My company does environmental health and safety compliance. We're primarily a government contractor, so 99% of my revenue comes from the federal government, mostly with the U.S. Navy, Coast Guard, VA, and NASA. But under the current economic environment with the tariffs and so forth, we see a lot of foreign businesses, looking to establish a presence here in the United States. And that's where we come in, is that we help them navigate through all the EPA and OSHA regulatory maze. It's a daunting task to try to get all the permits and everything in place. That's where we come in. Is we help them navigate, or we also help them prepare all the documentations and permits and so forth. Once they get the permits, we help them set up all the programs, implement the programs. In some cases, we actually manage the programs for them. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for foreign international businesses who are looking to establish a presence here in the United States. So we've been talking to recruiters, we've been talking to facility locators, we've been talking to other chambers and so forth. So I think Andrew Wallace, I think your organization, with all your contacts, I think would be a good lead for us, and hopefully some of your customers would need our services also. Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, you bet. Any questions for Chet? And I think we're at a pace where we'll probably have some time at the end where I'll just open it up. So if any of you would like to store up, we should have a little bit of time afterwards, and we'll be able to open up the floor. Tomer Flores is an innovative scaling executive and helps companies grow to the next level. Originally from Peru, now based in Southern Florida or Central Florida. Tomer, who would you like to meet and how can we help?
Hi, Doug. Hi, everyone. Thank you for this minute. As you know, my name is Tamer Flores. I'm the founder of BizDeglo, and I guide US companies through their international expansion as an international growth executive, basically coordinating all their expansion efforts instead of them trying to figure it out. I have done it several times, and I will help them do it faster, better, and less costly. And I also have developed an AI that matches startups with the most likely investors and with the least amount of upfront cost possible. So those are the two things I do. Sometimes my clients need both. And what I'm looking for is anyone, I'm focusing right now, lately, I started to focus in Peru because I'm Peruvian, as you said. So any company that is thinking or planning to go to Peru or that is already in Peru and they want to improve their business there, their expansion, they need any type of guidance or connections, and or if they need someone to coordinate the whole expansion effort, that's who you can contact me with. So that's what I'm looking for.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. The companies that are in Peru that you're targeting, are they typically outbound?
Correct. I'm trying to focus on US companies going to Latin America and especially Peru. So I love to work with US companies because I'm already here. I am based out for and I understand their culture, and of course I understand Latin American culture. So that is very important to finalizing business because sometimes you have a good idea or a good product or service, and if you don't understand the culture on the other side, dog, you know that more than anyone, you're going to fail. So before failure, I'm the person that can plan, strategize, and execute all that. Trying, making sure that you don't fail when you have a good business proposal.
So, sounds good. Hey, Cesar, this meeting was not on my schedule until last night, and I recognize I scheduled another member meeting at this time. Are you in a position where you could take over the meeting, or should I just cancel it?
Yeah. No, feel free, Doug. No worries.
So there's, I think, 4 people left: Jim Cook, Gabriel, William, and Amr Abdul. And then, of course, if anybody else comes on. So I was kind of excited to finish this one because this one has been an unusual one where people have been very succinct and we're going to have some time at the end. And I like that opportunity to be able to just open up the floor for comments and questions. So hopefully that'll be the case. So thanks, Cesar. I'll drop off.
Sounds good. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, everybody.
And then I guess we can move to Jim Cook since Tamer was the last one. I know Jim is in Central Florida as well. So Jim, welcome.
Well, hello, Cesar. How are you today? You got power today, clearly?
I do. Well, I got almost no voice, but yeah, I got powers. That's important.
I had a stint in Puerto Rico where Cesar is from, so we always go back and forth how things have changed. My name is Jim Cook. The company's the Doctor of Startups. This is to the panel. We have a very narrow niche, but very successful in what we call flailing or failing unicorns. We have the ability to get them to some serious money by settling them down. The second thing we do is what we call one-offs, which is a unicorn, but they don't have IP protection. So we make sure we change the margins and everything else, because what we call ankle biters will be right behind them in 30, 40, 50 days. So to the panel, if you run across one of those categories, you found somebody who can make sure it works. Appreciate the time. I've dropped everything in the chat. I'm done.
Thank you, Jim. Any particular industries you are interested in, or regions they're coming?
We're global. This is Tamara and Cesar has heard us. We filter very closely. The only thing we stay out of is probably fashion, the Temus and all that kind of routine. We filter probably out of 100 potentials, we will probably talk to 2 or 3. We all have the same amount of time. We don't waste their time or our time if they can't go forward. We've got 4 categories. Don't. We'll politely say no. Crawl. We'll politely say no. Walk. That's the one-offs, and as much as you can make a lot of money, but you got to be ready for competition. And we got one that says run. That's where we spend hours and hours and weeks and years to get them to be a unicorn.
Got it. Thank you, Jim. Let's move now to Mexico City. Gabriel Uribe, who happens to be our new executive director there in the city, also a member of the Global Chamber. Gabriel, do you have a couple of minutes to introduce yourself and tell us, who's the perfect connection for you?
Yes, thank you, Cesar, and thank you, everyone. I'm Gabriel Uribe. I'm the CEO of Racing Up. It's a training company. We're the leading company specializes in conscious and agile leadership. We train teams, managers, and executives to expand without losing their peace of mind. We are looking for companies that they want to open operations in Mexico, or they're interested in empowering their internal teams or CEOs to grow without burnout. We are experts in the financial, beauty, and packaging and service industries. And I'm also the executive director in Mexico City. So if you are looking for people in or companies that make business in Mexico City or in Mexico, I'm the guy who are you looking for.
Gabriel, did you connect with Jacqueline Catton already?
Jacqueline, no, it doesn't sound. Yesterday I connected with Linda, from Trident. She's looking for manufacturing here in Mexico. I connected her with. We're meeting on Thursday, the 14th, with Eduardo and I.
Okay. No, I think I copied Jacqueline in that group email, but I'm gonna make sure to make a one-on-one.
Okay.
Okay. Was anyone going to say something? I think I interrupted.
No. That's
okay. Okay, sounds good. Then let's move to William. William Min in Bangkok, also executive director. Starting things there in the chapter. William, how you doing?
Hi, Caesar. Hi. We're doing pretty well so far. We're still establishing the chapter itself. We're going to be having an internal meeting with the advisors actually next week to figure out the next steps. And we also need to find a female advisors as well. So we have a few candidates on our shortlist, but we're just deciding on who we're going to, like invite in. And in the meantime, we will probably have another meeting around, unfortunately not this month, but we will have it early next month. So that's for sure.
And business-wise, what other things you're involved with, William? So we all know.
So right now, I'm still involved in a couple of sectors in Bangkok, Thailand. So one of them is in the defense and aerospace industries. We we have been working on a couple of projects, procurement projects by the Thai military because of the current situations. But other than that, not major changes in the defense and aerospace industries. However, in the consulting and even for the how do you call it, media industries, I would call it, there has been a rise, right, of companies, and I've seen quite a number of new um, companies particularly from the US, setting up some branch offices here in Pekao as well. I had a chance to visit them last week, and pretty much they are building up quite big studios on 3D visualizations and even for Hollywood movie production as well. So they're preparing on all that at the moment. So yeah, pretty much Bangkok is still developing. I would say it's not like developed like Singapore. However, uh, uh, things are moving good in some industries, but for in terms of like large scale investments, it's still very shaky at the moment. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, William.
Thank you.
And I think the other one missing is Amer Abdul from Yemen. I don't know, Amer, if you can say a few words. I know he joins many times just to listen up, so that's probably the case. And Amer, if you want to interrupt anytime, feel free to. So I think we went through all of the of the members here today. Does anyone has anything they want to add, any particular opportunity, maybe an event coming up, maybe an upcoming trip, or anything that we can support you, that we can share with our network?
I've got two things. One to William. I did some work from Phuket all the way up to Kauai out of Bangkok. Somehow I got to get you a picture of what the government gave me for some SMEs we brought in about 10, 15 years ago. And for the ones from Scotland, my son-in-law won the lottery, St. Andrew, and he got to play. And he played a 78, his best ever. And that's one of the top 5 courses in the world. So he's learning.
Very good. My brother stole my golf clubs, so that's why I say so. It's cheaper when you do that.
Awesome. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do something different this time. I'm gonna open up a breakout room. We're gonna have 5 minutes of individual conversations. You can get to know with others more details, more information, and then we can wrap up and close it by 45. So yes, 5 minutes. Feel free to interact. Feel free to exchange more information with the person that comes into your room, and I will see you in 5. Thanks, everyone. Bertram, if you want to participate, feel free to click on the invite there to join the breakout room.
Well, I can say something interesting that we're receiving Mrs. Assidi from the Global Chamber, American Global Chamber, tomorrow in Paris. She's passing through Paris. We invited her to lunch in a good restaurant in Paris. So we'll meet her. I will see Mrs. Assidi with one of my collaborator in Paris. So we'll explain to her what we're doing with NX and looking for roles all over the world. If somebody wants to find a partner, NX partner, he goes to the website nxsearch.group, and you will find a partner in most countries. So that's the thing I can say. We will be happy to meet with Mrs. Assidi from the US tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Cool, cool. So to give you a little bit of more info, she's our director in New York, and she's been running a very successful chapter this year with meetings and connections. So likewise, if if there's anything she or us as a group can help you in New York City or in this part of the world, that you know, we're happy to do. But thank you for receiving me, Zazadi. That's
Okay.
really glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. And if we can get some help as a global chamber to be more known and interest French companies, we will do something for the global chamber. I will bring with my collaborator is a specialist of marketing, and so maybe we can do something to have the global chamber have a better knowledge of France and the business community, French business community.
Bertram, and what do you think if we do an event about doing business in France or something like you know, we can touch different points, but definitely make it more about hiring people in France. But it would be great to put something like that. We haven't covered France in a while, so it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. Well, we can help international companies, American companies, to find talents in France, and we can do the assessment, psychological assessment, of course, and help the company up to the onboarding of the candidate in the company. We follow all the steps to have good results and find that the company comes very often back to us for other roles in the future.
Yeah, no, let's definitely do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna invite everyone back here to the room, and then we're gonna be finishing the call. In what part of Paris are you, Bertrand?
I'm sorry?
In what part of Paris are you?
In the 9th arrondissement, in the center of Paris. And we have other office in France. We have a back office about 70 kilometers from Paris also, with a certain number of people. In all, we have about independent, we have about 30 consultants, HR consultants working with us, or training consultants, or eventually recruiting consultants, other HR specialists.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow up with you on that as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so how are the rooms? Is that something that we can try to implement when we get a little bit spare time?
I like those, but Bob in Toronto asked me what these were. All right, those are bands for all my grandkids.
Oh.
There's no charities involved at all. I got 7 grandkids, and I would throw these bands out, and whichever one they crawled to is the one I put on.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Jim. And again, thanks everyone for joining us today. And as I said, we'll be following up, thinking of some connections for you. And in the meantime, if you want to reach out, have any questions or any interest, as I was talking to Bertram about doing an event, about participating in some other events, feel free to reach out anytime. Happy to help.
Perfect.
Have a good rest of a good evening there for you, William. Take care.
Hey,
cheers.
I wanted to connect with Andrew. If you can share your LinkedIn, that would be great.
Yeah, I've actually connected. I've put a LinkedIn connection to you, so don't worry. We'll hook up.
Okay, got it.
You
Thank
accept,
you.
we'll chat. Nice to meet everyone.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you.
I'm launching my golf clubs out now, Jim. You're putting me under pressure.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you
Bye.
later.